Video before I gave a shout out to Spud Run Golf about what a good back leg counterbalance can look like in a golf swing and the benefits that it brings. This time I want to talk about two possible improvements he can make with it so that you watching can make sure to do this with your swing when you start putting the front leg brace and the back leg counterbalance into your golf swing. First point is to allow the back leg that is used for counterbalance to come around the front leg brace after impact while going to your finish. To give a sense of what he currently does, I'll show these two swings from the par 5 video, a 3-wood and a stinger iron, where you'll see the back leg stays behind and on the ground. Again, impact is the reason we want the back leg counterbalance. We want it to stay behind until then. But after, your body is still rotating, and we don't want to keep the back leg on the ground as a hindrance for the movement because sometimes it can get stuck and stop the body before impact. We really want to just let it go and do what it wants to do. You can see the toe of the back leg counterbalance is kind of in line with the front leg brace's heel, but also you can see how the finish is kind of cut off a little bit. He doesn't have the full rotation that we'll see a lot with the disc golf backhand throws, and that's because he's not allowing that back foot to go around. Impact is the important thing, though. Always remember that, and he has the great impact, and what happens after is not as necessary as getting it right there. He referred to this as a stinger, and keeping a finish like this is very common when we talk about stingers. But unless your back foot is allowed to come around more, this is as far of a finish as you're going to be able to have. To show what I'm saying this finish should look like, I'm going to use throws from a Leon Sonnleitner lo-fi dubbed chill practice round video with different angles. This first one's just a downhill throw to get a sense of it. Leon throws right hand backhand, which for some reason in golf we consider left-handed. So I'm going to flip this horizontally and you can see what it would look like in a golf swing right-handed point of view because that's what we're so used to. Coming up, counterbalance, brace, finishes around. This is the finish I'm talking about. Flipping the video back to the normal point of view, but look at the screenshots again. You can see the front leg brace is in the same position, but Leon's body is allowed to continue the rotation all the way through to the finish rather than having to get stuck because that back leg is on the ground. DG Spin Doctor has a clip talking more about what the back leg should do through impact and then post-impact. It's about 45 seconds, so take a listen.
Now the second thing you need to do is to put all of the weight on your front foot, on your front leg, and let the left leg do what it does without you doing anything. You don't twist the leg, you only go forward like this. You see, the back leg goes behind my front leg, and now we stop and let the disc go, and we can, of course, step through after the disc has gone. But if we do this, it's not crashing. It's ABS braking system.
Before the start of the clip, he was using the car crash metaphor to talk about how we want our body to have the momentum and then completely stop so all that power gets into the club or the disc. But overall, him saying that the back leg goes behind, you let it do what it wants to impact, and then after you can let it do what it wants is what I'm talking about here. This is a video on counterbalance. Jeremy from Spud Run has the great counterbalance. He can just be allowed to let it go through like I just showed with Leon. A few more clips from Leon to drive this point home about the finish and the balance. And this last one too is a great example of the importance of balance on your front leg brace. Talking about the counterbalance here, but all the weight and the control is in that front leg, and Leon doesn't even have to put his foot down until way at the end. Every swing or throw I've shown so far has good counterbalance. But if you watch the Spud Run Golf videos, there are some swings he has that he doesn't use counterbalance. All of these are on shorter shots, where my guess is that he's going to still be on his front foot. He's not going to completely fall over if he doesn't counterbalance the force of the swing. You can see the wedge here, he's standing closer to it, and the swing isn't as hard, so it's less force, not going to fall over. Therefore, I don't need the counterbalance. I put together a compilation video of his swings, and what you'll see is a bit of coming out of posture, a bit of the club having to go in different directions rather than the nice single plane that he does on the counterbalance swings. You'll be able to see what happens when you don't have counterbalance. And so point number 2 is to make sure to have counterbalance on every single swing. Back to the Stinger iron with a really good counterbalance, you'll see what's going on.
That is perfect.
The club path and his upper body will stay on the same plane the entire time. Versus with the wedge with no counterbalance, on plane, dropping it under, then having to push out and standing up. Said this before in the other counterbalance videos. The only reason you come out of posture is because you don't have the counterbalance. The fix for something like this is so easy, especially because he does it in all his other swings. If you don't have good front leg brace balance, it's kind of hard to get your body to trust have the rotation on that front leg and let the back leg do what it wants. But he already has proven he can, so if he wants to get his swing better, make sure that on all the wedges that he hits, all the shorter irons, that all the weight is on that front foot. The back one should go back a little, and poof, these swing issues would go away. The disc golf throws I've shown so far have been full throws, either off the tee or longer upshots, which is what they refer to as approaches. But when you watch disc golf highlights or live coverage, they use a back leg counterbalance in every single throw. And just to cap it off, here's Leon with a drive and a short up shot. And again, you'll see the front leg brace, the back leg counterbalance, and especially on the second one, you can see how little effort he's putting into the disc, but that back leg is still off the ground for the balance and the correct body alignment. Screenshots I added, you can see how he doesn't have the counterbalance and is kind of scooping forward, standing up, versus the short upshot on the right, where he is on the brace with the counterbalance, but it's not as forceful as the others. Slow motion full throw here, stand still, brace, counterbalance. This might have been a video about what to change, but just going back again to his swings with a good counterbalance, this is what we want our golf swings to be. Backhand disc golf throws do this perfectly. That's why I keep promoting it. And Jeffrey here has the best counterbalance swing that I've seen, better than Scheffler's. Great to watch over and over. We can see what we want to do, and this is a good swing to copy.